She has been condemned to the death by hanging. A man may escape this death by becoming the hangman. A woman by marrying the hangman. But at the present time, there is no hangman. Thus there is only death, indefinitely postponed. This is not fantasy. This is history. In 1751, Francoise Lorraine was sentenced to death in a Canadian prison. She escaped her execution only by convincing the man in a neighboring cell to apply for post as executioner and to marry her. This tale of women surviving through false and hollow romances is an unfortunately timeless one. Marrying the Hangman by Margaret Atwood. To live in prison is to live without mirrors. To live without mirrors is to live without the self. She is living selflessly. She finds a hole in the stone wall, and on the other side, a voice. The voice comes through the darkness and has no face. The voice becomes her mirror. In order to avoid her death, her particular death with wrung neck and swollen tongue, she must marry the hangman. But there is no hangman. She must create him. She must persuade this voice, which she has never seen, and which has never seen her, to renounce his face for the impersonal mask of death. You wonder about her crime. She was condemned to the death for stealing clothes from the wife of her employer. She wished to make herself more beautiful. Such desire in servants is not legal. She uses her voice like a hand. Her voice reaches through the wall, stroking and touching. What could she have possibly said that would have convinced him? He was not condemned to death. Freedom awaited on the other side. What was the temptation? The one that worked. My friends who are women tell me their stories, which are horror stories and which cannot be believed, and which are true. And they haven't happened to me. They haven't happened to me. They have happened to me. But we are detached. We watch our unbelief with horror. Such things can't happen to us. It's afternoon, and such things don't happen in afternoon, right? These things happen, and we sit at a table and tell stories so that we can finally believe. This is not fantasy, it is history. They both kept their promises. The hangman is not such a bad fellow. Afterwards, he goes to the refrigerator and cleans up the leftovers, though he does not wipe away what he accidentally spills, but he only wants the simple things. A chair, someone to take off his shoes, someone to watch him while he talks. These things can be had by marrying a woman who has been condemned to death by other men for wishing to be beautiful. What did they say the first time they were alone in a room together? What did he say when he realized that she was not a voice, but a body, and therefore therefore finite. And what did she say when she realized that she had left one locked room for another?